I have a question for you, and that is, when you communicate with people, when you're speaking, do they hear what you mean, or do they take your meaning and make it meaningful to them? I'm going to ask that again. Do people hear what you mean, or do they make it mean what is meaningful to them? I am Verity Price. I'm the 2021 World Champion of Public Speaking, and my passion is helping people find their voice, tell their story, and present with power. And so I'm always looking for lessons in my everyday life to learn, how do we communicate better? How are people receiving what we're communicating? And this weekend, my 3.5-year-old son taught me this lesson, that sometimes people make what you're saying mean what will be meaningful to them. So what happened? Well, if you're in Cape Town, you'll know that we've just had huge thunderstorms and thunder showers, which for a 3.5-year-old is really exciting. And we had dashed through the rain, through the thunder to get into our car. And when he was safely buckled in the back of our car, as we were driving, he was going, thunder, thunder, thunder. And if you're an AC/DC fan, you would do what my husband and I did, which was every time he said thunder, we went da-na-na-na-na-na-na, and he was going thunder, and we were like da-na-na-na-na. Okay, you get the picture. So of course it was like, let's play him Thunderstruck, which we did, and he loved it, and he insisted that we play it all weekend while he danced around our living room to it. But what was so cute was every time it got to the chorus and, you know, we were all dancing together, and he would go, "You've been thunderstormed." And it was very cute, but it suddenly made me go, wow, the message is thunderstruck, the meaning is thunderstruck, but what he's making it mean is thunderstorm, because it was relevant to his experience. And it really was an aha moment of how often we're communicating one thing, but someone else is hearing it from their experience, the relevance they need it to make. And so this was a crucial reminder that when you're communicating, it's important you check that people have gained the meaning that you were trying to get across. Assuming that they get what you mean is probably where all the mistakes happen. And so here's the reminder: don't assume that what you mean is what people hear. Assume that they're making it mean what's meaningful to them. And the only way to check for that is to ask. In my journey to becoming world champion, I asked more than 200 people for feedback on my speeches. And my number one question was, what was the message you took away from this speech? And it took a good 6 months with my first speech to finally get everyone to say exactly the same message statement: leave the world better than you find it. They were seeing totally different meanings until I adjusted my communication so that it landed the way I wanted to land. That said, I'm going to be thrilled to have my 3.5-year-old make up his own lyrics to songs so we can dance around and have fun with them. But for you and I, in our professional and personal careers, always check for understanding, because otherwise what you mean to say is not going to be necessarily the meaning that they give it. I'm Verity. If you want to keep up to date with tips and tricks, please subscribe, join my journey, visit my website, verityprice.com, where I will keep you updated with regular tips and tricks to become the best speaker you can be, to find your voice, tell your story, and present with power.